Dave, what makes a successful agent?
Well, that's a great question. I think that having the right mindset for me is the best thing. Attitude, right activities, and attitude. Like if they can control that, they can set the right structure and create the right habits. They're setting themselves up for winning. Um, they have to understand that failure is part of our business, and the more times they fail, the quicker they're going to win and have successes. They have to not overthink it. So like I say, hey, when was working, and my mentor, Andrew Taylor, he would say, hey, buy leads and dial the phone. I mean, I didn't really have to understand much more than that, right? If I asked Sean Mike same question, he's like, yeah, I just bought leads. They were all, it's data that we have, it's leads, it's a person who's filled out a form, and I'm going to go see them. I'm showing up. So that for me, it was about structure. It was for creating the disciplines, I guess, that it takes to be successful. So a new agent, I think it's them plugging in, and I hate the word plug in. I get it, but I mean it's look. There's a reason why there's a T&L call on a Friday. There's a reason why we have a Zoom to help train you. There's a reason why we have dial teams for the Zooms to help encourage you. There's a reason why we have work spots. There's a reason why we have offices so you can win. So why would you not take advantage of those things? If you knew the system already works, why would you try to reinvent the wheel? So if you come in with the right attitude and activity, you're teachable and you're coachable, and you go through the right activities, meaning Monday we start dialing the phone at 7:30. Why? Because we want to book 12, 15 appointments. I think they need to focus on that. They'll get better on the phone. It's not like someone's greater than the other. I think the people that have been here longest and the Hall of Fame agents, they got busted up in the beginning and they figured it out. But I think most of us, what we did is we just went through the numbers. And it's not that every client's a number, because they're not. They matter, every single person. But I think we have to understand that what we do is very important and not make it about us. So I don't know if that's too much, but I think, again, show up on Monday, show up on Thursday, dial the phone if you're going to be in the field, be obsessed with getting your 12, 15 appointments, and really aim for 30 for the week.
Dave, why do some agents quit?
Well, I think the reason that people would quit our business is, again, going back to the first question, which is like, they didn't do those things. They show up and think that, it's easy. Is it easy? Yes, it can be, because most of it's mental, right? So if they're not strong mentally, then they could fail, like, because they can't handle taking a no. Like, dude, they're not saying no to you. Matter of fact, they're saying no to themselves, and they're not protecting themselves. So I think they overthink that too. Like they get on the phone and somebody says no, and they they get in their headspace. That's why I think that mindset and those type of things matter so much. It's just having the right attitude. It's understanding that, like, someone filled out the form, if they don't want me to, they don't answer the phone, I go see them, I knock on the door, and I take care of them. Because at the end of the day, someone filled out a form, they've asked for our help. That's how this works. They fill out a form, it comes in our office, we go see them, we protect their family. That's what we do. And it's not any more harder than that. It's like, and more harder, I don't know if that's even proper language, but the bottom line is we go see them, we take care of them, we have a heart that want to serve and things like that. So the people that are here just for the money usually don't win. I mean, it's probably the wrong industry for them if they haven't figured out that what we do matters and they have a heart. So I think the people that fail overthink a lot of things. They probably, if they have success, they probably didn't, listen to guys like us that say, hey, listen, don't spend all your money that you make. It's your business's money, right? Schedule, understand it's a real business and teaching them that right up front. Because there are some people that come here and have some success. The problem is they take time off. That's another one. They're not consistent. They show up for Monday on dial day, but then they don't show up for Thursday. Or they have a bad day and then they take 24 to 40 hours to figure out what the heck just happened. And it's part of our business. Like, most of the people overthink it. But when they understand, the people that make it through this business are people that have some stick-to-itness. They understand, they have good. See, mentor is a weird word, right? But they have coaches around. They have people that they can look up to. So it'd be funny. It'd be really weird for me to call Andrew and go, hey, dude, how are you successful? And him tell me, look, I always had enough leads on Monday. I always had enough lead on Thursday. I want to book 24 appointments. That's what he told me back then. Now it's 30, right? And just don't overthink it and start dialing the phone, right? It would be weird if I didn't do that. And see, that's what happens. People do that. They're like, well, what about, stop. That's how people fail. They overthink things. They're not hard workers. I mean, they're just not. They work 5 hours and think they've worked a day. They work 10 hours and they think, oh my gosh, I worked 2 days. No, I work 10 hours before you wake up. Like, So, I mean, I'm not being funny, but that's how people fail. There's other reasons, but the main reason is they're probably sloppy with their money. They don't, when they ask the right questions, they don't apply those things. And another thing is communication works both ways. So an agent is struggling. I mean, look, we're a family here. Like, we get the business together, we work together hard, we're pushing together, whatever. Maybe don't have the right coach. If I failed anybody, I apologize, because I don't want to fail anyone. But most of the time it's the agent. They're the ones that not listening, not hearing. We have guys in our business right now that, you know, they still don't listen, and that's okay. It's not about me. But listen to Sean Mike, because he knows what he's doing. Listen to Andrew Taylor, he knows what he's doing. If you don't respect me, that's fine. I don't care. But if you're coming to ask for help, then apply those things. I think that's why people fail. But again, I think the biggest thing is consistency, and they don't understand why they're here. They haven't figured out why. Like, why am I doing what I do? And, you know, I enjoy what I do. So it's the best industry in my mind that we can even do. We can protect the person's family. They can pay us good money. We can take care of our families. We can have freedom, all those different things, and build a real business. So I think that's why. It might be a long answer to a short question.
Dave, what motivated you to reach Hall of Fame, protecting over 400 families in 1 year?
Well, it was essential to build my business, right? So I came here. I asked Sean Mike looked and said, "Hey, dude, if you will build, write Hall of Fame, basically protect 40, 50 families, 30, 40 back then." I can't believe it's back then. It's only been 3 years, literally, since I started. But I heard Andrew Taylor, tell me, like, run 24 appointments or whatever, which is probably what I averaged a lot of times. That I shoot for 30 guests, but probably closer to 20, 24 a week. I got better on the phone as I proceeded. But the reason I did it is to build my business, to have the money, to take care of the people, to hire good staff, to have, in my first 8 months, I had, 5 staff. Why? Because if you're building a big business, and this is just my opinion, the reason I have that staff is there's so many other things that go on behind the scenes, if you will, to get ready, to get a person onboarded, to get somebody into contract. If you're recruiting, if you got good recruiters and they're recruiting, 5, 8, 10 a day each or something like that, you can scale the business right way. But the money from Hall of Fame, the short answer is it gave me money to live on, pay my bills. It gave me the money to really pour back into my business and grow it at the right way. That's why I wrote Hall of Fame. And the money was good, right? The money was good. And also I had to lead my team. So I think personally, you got to lead the team. You either have a bunch of money. Sean always says you have a bunch of money, build a business, hire some good staff and whatever, or you don't have any money, then you got to go make it, and you take that money and put it back in business. So I chose that because I didn't have a lot, like I didn't. I was successful in my own mind, in some ways, in other places, but just didn't have any money. It was debt, is what it is. That's how most places work. Here, if you just work, dude, you can make great money, and then pour it back in your business. And Hall of Fame is the way to do it. There's so many people. This year we'll have 150 maybe, in the company. But they've written that, which is over 400 families a year, which is great. So that's why I wrote Hall of Fame, is to invest back in my business, grow the business fast, and to lead from the front.
What type of resources do we have to get new agents connected and going?
That's a great question. So I think the first thing you got to do is get on WorkSpots. It's $99. It gives you ability to go to any office in the country. Okay. It also gives you discounts on leads. So if they're not on WorkSpots, you should probably quit today. Seriously. And the reason is because, I'm not buying them off there. I don't care. You're going to have agents that will. And why wouldn't you? When the leads are $1.50 and go up to, our most popular, I guess, $9, $11, something like that. And we get discounts almost daily, it seems, but 2-3 days a week at 30% off, 50% off, 30, whatever. It saves you tons of money. I mean, you spend $1,000 a month on leads, you probably spend more than that. I mean, you're going to save $300. That's 3 months worth. So it's basically free for you. Then you get all these other discounts in there from, Enterprise and this, that, and the other. So got to be on WorkSpots. That'd be number one. Number two, I think the Zooms that are in place to help us learn, new agents can learn. I mean, they jump on live dials in Zoom and learn from top producers while they're dialing the phone. It's not like you sit there and listen to them all day. It's just you're dialing the phone, they're dialing the phone, you're part of a team kind of concept. And then I would turn the mic on to listen. So we have the Zooms, we have the trainings that we do, we have the podcast. We have, a lot of us have websites they can plug into and things like that. I know on our website, we basically have every tool possible that you got to imagine. It's almost too much. We have a boot camp we put you through, top producers talking about different things in home and, what's a final expense lead? What's a term lead? Whatever, mortgage lead, whatever, and going through each part of the business. At the end of the day, we have too many things sometimes, but it's you taking action and not overthinking it. But there's so many systems that can help you win here, and it's already in place. So it's just a plug and play system. It's just don't try to reinvent it. And the truth is, when I went in the field, I had 2 pieces of paper, and I had an iPad, and that was all I needed. And I got on podcasts and listened to other people that were successful, and I took that and played in action. And that's the other thing too. You have a resource of people that are successful here, so reach out to them. That's the biggest resource we have is the talent. And I hate to say talent, but these are people that have created. They're hard workers. They know what they've been through, and they're willing to share. So why wouldn't you take advantage of that? And I think we have more people that are successful in this industry, that's a fact, than anywhere else. Why? Because we have more agents than anybody, which means we have more managers than anybody, we have more VPs than anybody, we have more integrity partners than anybody. That's all true, right? So why would you not tap into that resource? So the resources are so plentiful here. Anything you need, whether it's telesales, you want to do that. You want to work from home, you can do that. You want to come to the office to do it, you can do that. You want to do one call close it, we can teach you to do that. If you want to do go see people in the home, you can do that. There's anything you want is here in the industry is right here at Family First Life. So,
should new agents wait till they're successful before building a team?
That would be a no. Because if you knew you had guys like, Steve Rodano or Sade or anybody, or you found an Andrew Taylor or Paul McLean, or dude, there could be another Sean Mike out there. I doubt it, but there could be. Don't probably made one in that mold, but I love him to death. But I'm just saying, if you knew that was out there, why would you wait? Like, post on social media, make a warm list. We're not here to make warm lists and call people. We're not some of the other companies out there, and that's how they build the business, right? That's not what I'm saying. And we pay you this really, really low comp. You can't make any money, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But why would you not make a list of some people you know that you respect? And even if you don't call them today, you might call them tomorrow. You might call them when you've made some significant money. But put them on the list, because one day somebody's going to recruit those people. Why not you? Plus, you don't know their circumstances, so why wouldn't you ask? Hey, I got an opportunity you might be interested in. I'd love to tell you about it. Are you open? Hey, are you making all the money you want to make? Hey, are you looking for new opportunities? You can just shoot them a text. Simple. Call them. Post on Facebook your success. If you don't have it and you're just getting started, then post everybody else's. They'll be like, what are you doing? You'll be surprised. So don't be afraid to share what you have in your hands, because it's changed a lot of lives, and a lot of people come here and work hard, and they'll end up on somebody's team. And if they're on somebody's team, they're not transferring. We don't do that. So you better call your brother. You better call your sister. You better let them know what you're doing, because they could end up on somebody else's team, and we're not transferring to you. So that's how it works. So don't wait. Share it. Put it out there. Ask. That's all you got to do. And see what happens, because there's going to be some great people that you probably know are going to come here and kill it, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, wish I'd have talked to them. So don't be that person.